Negotiators are back at the table this morning in Vienna. They're talking about the next steps in stopping Iran from developing a nuclear bomb. This Sunday, 60 Minutes gives us a rare look inside Iran at the crossroads. There is a new president, and the nuclear talks are picking up steam after years of sanctions. Steve Kroft gives us a preview of his travels inside Iran.
While the sanctions and their effects have imposed considerable pain and hardship on many Iranians, we saw no evidence that the economy was on the verge of collapse. The bazaars were filled with goods and people were shopping.
It is serious, but as we said, it hasn't really brought Iran to the knee.
Sayed Fateh and his son Abdullah are part of the business class that President Rouhani is trying to empower by privatizing state-owned industry, increasing competition, and opening up Iran to the world. They say the sanctions have done enough harm to get Iran to the bargaining table, but not enough to force the Iranians into a final deal they don't want to make.
Do you think that Iran is willing to make concessions on its nuclear program?
It depends on the concessions, doesn't it? To stop it totally, I doubt it. But to reach some middle grounds, most probably.
The Fatehs gave up a comfortable expatriate lifestyle in the States more than a decade ago to return here and become pioneers in the Iranian internet. Their company, Pars Online, is now one of the country's largest service providers, but not as large as they would like it to be.
How do you run an internet company and build an internet company when there are sanctions in place?
Everything is possible, but it's just a bit more expensive and a bit longer to bring everything in.
You can get practically anything you want.
I'm expecting that the new Google Glass product that's coming out, hopefully, probably within the next month or two, you'll be able to find it in Iran.
Steve Kroft is here. Good morning.
Charlie.
This sounds like a fascinating trip. Sum up for us what you found in terms of the mood, attitude, feeling of the Iranian people.
Well, I think the tone has changed. That's the biggest thing. When you look back just a little over a year ago and you had Ahmadinejad, and now you've got Rouhani and the people around him who are much different. They're sort of pragmatists, and you get the sense that let's stop all the bad talk. Let's just see if we can get a few things accomplished here.
And on a nuclear deal?
I think that they're hopeful. You know, they're optimistic that something will happen. I don't think one of the things that I found really interesting was that they think that they're convinced they're not building a bomb. They don't believe, we didn't talk to anybody who believes they're building a bomb. That the supreme leader has dictated that it's against their religion, you know, and that a fatwa was issued. It's on his website. Why don't people believe us? So they feel like they've already made the concessions. And I think that what they want, I think the sanctions have hurt, but they're prepared to sacrifice a lot more if they have to keep the nuclear program, the peaceful, what they call the peaceful nuclear program, because they don't want it dictated to them.
And that's so key, because the point that the Obama administration has made repeatedly is that these are crippling, unprecedented sanctions, that the street will rise up, that the regime will be forced to negotiate an end to this because it's hurt them so much economically. But you didn't really see too much of that, did you?
No, the economy looks, I compare it to what people in this country were going through back in 2008 and 2009 at the sort of the depths of the financial crisis. And there's uncomfort, people unhappy, the inflation rate's about 30%, but they're not starving. You know, there's gasoline, there are cars driving all over the place. You don't see any of and the shops and bazaars are filled with people.
I would like to know what it was like there, because I think for most Americans, what we know about Iran is what we see on TV. Even the word regime is a scary word to a lot of people. You think terrorism, you think frightening. Were you afraid? Did you ever feel in danger?
No, it's not like that. It's like going to just a big international capital. Yeah. We saw two military people. No real policemen, no guns, no nothing like it. Was very sort of quiet and very little poverty. One of the things that you talk about, the effect, they have a very big safety net in that country. So, and the government has been giving people subsidies to sort of help them through these difficult times. Now that it's costing them now.
Attitude towards America?
Attitudes towards Westerners, I think they're very friendly towards them. I think that they like them. if you're talking about the foreign policy of the United States, they'll tell you then we have big problems with it. But we have nothing against Americans. We want to see Westerners. I think that they're sick and tired of the isolation, and they really do not want a war.
Good piece.
I'm looking forward to it. I wonder if
Yeah.
they knew you were 60 Minutes, or did they know you're Steve Kroft? Nice guy.
The big thing to them was, you're an American? What are you doing here?
We've been looking for an American. We found one.
That's what they look like.